Okay, time to start polishing this car. Like I said, it's my least favourite thing to do. It's satisfying when you get it when it's done. It's good. But I'm going to start by rubbing this down with 2000. Then I'll rub down the doors. Then I'll rub down the body. Get that all done, and then start polishing. It's not going to happen in this one that's just covered in dirt. That. Anyway, it'll be right. Get into it, rub down. One thing when you're doing this, you can tell how good it's going to turn out. So far, everything's looking really good. I'll just chamois that off, get the other door. I've already done this part here. It's been cut back to 2000, ready to buff. Let's rub down. One thing when you're doing this, you can tell how good it's going to turn out. So far, everything's looking really good. I'll just chamois that off, get the other door. I've already done this part here. It's been cut back to 2000, ready to buff. There's the door, both doors rubbed, and the boot lid. I don't rub in there. I'll just flick that with the buff. You always be careful around these high spots. Avoid them, and best to avoid them. And you know, the edges, you just be very careful when you do this. You can have a bad day if you do it wrong. Right, I've cut from the bottom of the guard there back. Done all the back panel, the top bit there, here, all down the side. It's pretty straight. The whole thing's cut back now at 2000. You cut it right back, that gets all the orange peel out of it. Now you might find one or two spots that'll need to be cut a little bit as you're buffing, but usually the buff will get any more of it out. So that's ready to buff, but I'm not doing it today because I'm done. But once I've polished this, the next stage, I'll tape all this body off everywhere I don't want to get any black paint. Everything underneath's getting painted black. All the underneath of this vehicle's getting painted black. Then I can start putting the brake pipes on, wiring, start putting shit like that on it. Suspension, whatever. The suspension goes on the other thing, but anything that's got to go in here will start getting put on. Mainly the brake pipes, the brake lines, whatever you call them. The handbrake. Bits that are difficult to get when the chassis on the body's on the chassis. The wiring loom, all that'll get put in next. Anyway, that's enough for today. It's nearly 4 hours to do that. Yeah, it might sound easy, but cutting that back. Some of it I had to use 1500, but the whole thing's done with 2000. I went over the 1500. Raining here today. Anyway, I'm going to try this buff out. It's the first time I've ever used it. First thing I noticed straight off the bat, it's got a really long cord. It's about 10 metres long, which is good. You know, it comes in the pack that I bought. It comes with their own polish, so it's only a small thing, but probably enough to do this car. This is the coarse one, and they also give you a couple of different rags. Like this is the coarse rag, so I'm just about to give it a go. It's actually a dual action. These are dual action, so we'll see how it goes. It's all cut back, ready to polish. So we'll give it a go. It's a bit hard to tell on the video, but I'm pretty happy with it. These lights show any marks up at all. That's just the first go. All I've buffed is from here, this line, over to that line on that side, and down front. That's it. That's all I've done. And I've been doing that for an hour and a half. Easy. It's 11 o'clock now. Yeah. Probably would have started around 9:30, so that's an hour and a half just to buff that. That's just the first stage with the coarse stuff. The second stuff, you got to do it all again. It's going to take quite a few days to buff this, but the more you spend on it, the better it comes up. So what I'll do now is buff this guard, I'll buff the other guard, buff the sill, and then just continue down here. I'll probably buff up in here next. After that, when I attack the back, do that. I've got to buff the bonnet and the doors. And I'll probably whack them on, but I don't know what it looks like on video, but it is pretty shiny, eh? Yeah, I'm actually impressed with that Rupes, the Bigfoot. I've got the other Rupes, normal polishes. But when I first started using it, it was just the vibration. I took a bit to get used to it, but no, it works good. It's pretty shiny. I tell you, this car's going to look great. It's going to look friggin' great. It's going to be the best looking one of these things in the country for sure. Anyway, here's this side done, the front guard. Can't really see how good it is here on the camera, but the other side might show it better when I'll buff that next. So I buff from there forward, up around there. That's just the first go. I'll give the bonnet a couple more goes in a couple of spots, and then I'll do the whole vehicle like that, and then I've got to go over it with the second stage. That's just the first stage. I'm more than happy with it. Like I said, I don't like buffing, but when you've worked on a car for a year, that absolutely nothing, not one part of it was any good. Maybe the floor. I still did have to work on the floor, but every part of this car was absolutely stuffed. Every single part of it. I'm pretty happy with it. Pretty damn happy. This car is going to look really nice. I really like the colour too. Anyway, I'll polish this side next. It's pretty good. It's just the first go. Once it gets all the nice bits of shiny stuff put on it, the whole car gets put together. I'm pretty happy with it. It's just, I must admit, it is satisfying to look at it. I mean, it was so bad when we first got it. I just knew, man, it's going to take me a while to fix this car. Anyway, now I'll get the buff here. There's that panel done. Whole side's done now. Obviously I haven't done the door. Really doesn't come up that good on camera, but it's good. It's pretty damn good. Yep, pretty happy with that overall. It's, I don't know, keep saying it, it's just good. Anyway, I'll buff this quarter panel just from that line down. Tomorrow I'll buff up in there, buff the back, do those panels, and then it's ready for stage 2, which really brings the depth out in it and gets any of the final swirl marks and stuff. Alright, I've managed to buff the whole thing for now. For today, it's 4 hours to do that. Like I spent for whatever it was yesterday rubbing it down. I think it was nearly 4 hours anyway. So there's that done. Pretty happy with it. Like, it doesn't really show up on the camera. It's unfortunate because it's quite good. You know, I'm trying to show the shine of it. That's like I said, that's the first stage. There's nothing wrong with that. It's bloody good. It's bloody good. Sometimes you need to use these little things as well. Like get in these areas up here, in these areas here. You got to have a little one. Up and around here is difficult. That was just difficult to fix it all round. So anyway, that side over there was remade. I remade that section over there. Oh no, that's right, I didn't remake that. I repaired that. That section over there I remade. Down there. That's all been replaced. All the bottoms of the guards and whatever. Pretty happy with it. That's enough for today. 4 hours, that'll do me. Round 2 tomorrow. I'll go over it with this other stuff. See how it really comes up. I'll probably put that ceramic coating on it. That's what I'm thinking of doing. But, yeah, for now that's done. I'm very happy with it. The Bigfoot thing turned out to be a good idea. They're a lot lighter. You can handle them with one hand. You've got a 10-metre cord. They're just bloody good. I'll probably get another one, a smaller one. Like, that thing's good. It's better than nothing, but it's not as good as an electric one. Anyway, that's it for today. Giving this pad a wash because I'm going to be reusing it. I've got another one. They give you another one for the final polish, and they also give you that rag, which is fantastic. And there's another one there, that yellow one, which is for the final polish. I'm going to go up and give that a wash. That'll dry it overnight. But yeah, I'm very happy with this machine here. It's bloody good. Anyway, I'm calling it. That's enough for today. Still raining here. It's the next day, Saturday now. I've set this table up here. I'll put this old mattress here, which I keep for doing certain things like this. Now I'll put this up here, and it's quite safe. It's not going to fly across the other side of the room if I hit it with a buffer on. So that's all good. The car looks absolutely magnificent. I forgot to mention I readjusted the bonnet. It was back a bit far, but you'll probably have to come back off for something. Anyway, I'm really happy with it. So far I've got 8 hours in that polishing job. There's the boot lid done. Not a mark on it. Absolutely flawless. It was the worst panel on the car, except for the front. Oh, a bit of shit there to wipe off. Really good. Really, really good. Absolutely like glass. So happy with that. Pretty good. I keep saying it, but nothing wrong being happy with what you do. This car's gonna look so good. Ridiculous. It even looks good under these lights, and these lights bring up every single imperfection. There just aren't any. There's none. There's nothing. Anyway, that's that panel. I've got one panel to go. Stage one's done. Then I've got to go over it with the fine compound, and you use they use a foam one of these things. And in the old days, we used to use corn flour. You put corn flour on a lamb's wool buff pad and you go over it with corn flour. I won't be doing that. It makes too much mess. Anyway, one to go. It doesn't really show up on camera, but it's turned out good. This car is going to look good. I keep saying it. Sorry, but it is going to look great. It's a nice colour. Anyway, that's stage one. Stage one of this job's done. So I just decided to give this area here another final buff with the heavy stuff. This is when you're sitting in the car, that's what you see. Not on this side, but either way, it's always good to have, you want to look at it wherever good, but when you're driving the car, it's always nice to look out and see all that. Looks really nice. That's ready for the second stage of the buffing job. Most people wouldn't bother. When it looks like that, it looks terrific. But I know the second stage even brings it up better. So that's why I'm going to do it. I'll spend another 4 or 6 hours doing that again, and then it'll all get painted black. And like I said, then I can put in the wiring loom, the brake lines, whatever, the handbrake, whatever was on it when I lifted it off the bottom. Right, Sunday morning here. What I've decided to do today, I'm going to do all the black underneath. So what I've got to do is block off anywhere paint can come in, like all these holes, put tape over it, anywhere, everywhere. Over there, in all the guards, anywhere paint can come through, especially up under here. Like you don't want the black paint to come through, especially go all over the engine bay and crap. There's too much hassle cleaning it off. When I started here, it was about 10, maybe 10:30. It's nearly 1:30. All I've been doing is prepping this to paint underneath. Going over every single little thing up under here. All that's got to get painted, all under the floor. Every little hole, everywhere's got to be blocked off, everywhere. In here, like I just want to paint behind there, that's quite tricky. And on this side, I want to just paint in there, so I've got to take the whole front off. We've made a little repair there. And in all these bits in here, it's just super tricky to mask all that up. Anyway, everything's ready to get black painted on it, and then tomorrow I'll give it the final buff. Just got to make sure, get it all covered. But I'll also cut out a little cardboard thing so that I can also hold it where I don't want this overspray to go. But it should be pretty good. Anyway, just about ready to paint it. 3 hours masking, 20 minutes painting. Takes longer to clean up all the gun and everything. But at least it's all painted black now. Underneath's all done, everything can start putting back on it. Just got to take all the tape and shit back off now. I'm pretty happy with it. We'll just see how good it comes when the tape comes off. It should be fine. Taking the paper off because I wanted the back of the front panel black, and then the front of the radiator support panel black, and opposite, like this front bit's white, and then this back bit's white. And that's why it was so tricky to tape it up without getting shit everywhere. And I might need a little brush touch in 1 or 2 spots down there, but overall it's quite good. I'll do that later. It's much better with everything blacked out. And I'll take some better pictures of it tomorrow once I've finished buffing it. Up under here, black. It's starting to look good. You have to get up and paint the roof soon-ish. Once it's back on the chassis and it's rolling around, I'll work on the roof. Pretty bloody good. Okay, I'm set up here ready to do the round 2. Go over with this different pad. They also give you another rag. These rags are bloody good. I just use it to wipe that. It's got a little bit of dirt on it. Anyway, I'll give that a wash when it's done, but it doesn't even need it. That boot, before, it was absolutely knackered. There's not one little ripple in the whole boot. There's hardly any bog in it. They come up really well. Anyway, enough of that stuff. See how it turns out after the second round. Yep, that second stage. It did make a bit of a difference actually. Like, I'm not going to get it better than that. That's really good. Anyway, that's the first panel done. I'll do the 2 doors. I like those rags they give you. Special rag. Anyway, that's done. And, it doesn't. I don't know if it comes up on camera or not, but that thing's flawless. There's the door. I like that stuff. It does a good job. The Rupes compound, it doesn't fling all around the room like normal. The stuff I've always used would go all over the side of the trailer, all over that car, all over your shirt. This stuff doesn't do that. I like it. I'll be using it again. Anyway, that door's done. There's the other door. I won't spend too much time on it. On filming it, like it's done. That's it. I spent a fair bit of time rebuffing that, and it's come up really nice. It's not bad. There it is. It probably doesn't look any different on camera, but I can see all them. There was a few little swirl marks here, there. They're completely gone now. It doesn't show up on camera, but sitting here with +3 glasses on under these lights, I guarantee you can see any little reflection, any little mark, anything. So, under normal eyeballs, under normal light, under any light, it's really good. Anyway, I'm pretty happy with this job. It's been, I wouldn't say it's a massive job, but it's been big enough. I've been doing it myself just in my spare time. 12 months, well, a bit over 12 months to get it to this stage. Just got an email about the head, so I've got to knock off a bit early now, and I'm going up and waiting for this phone call so I can organise paying for this head. But yeah, overall, this car looks terrific. I think once we get the black roof on it, plus I'm going to put a little something special on top of that roof. I've got a little design I want to put on it. I hope if it works out good, it'll be staying. Like, I'm not an expert at doing murals, but I'm going to put one on the roof of this car. I'm very happy with it. The boot, that bloody boot should be in a museum, and the bonnet. Anyway, it's the video. That's my video for this week, I suppose. I'm actually going away. So I'll be going away on the 22nd of this month. I'll be going away for 2 weeks. I'm going away in the bus. It's down to Sydney, where we always go. It's ready to put the grill on. I've got the grill ready. I've got this rubber that I'm going to put on the grill. I can put the stainless on. That's all bar done. I've got this rubber here. It's a little bit wider than the normal, but that goes around the edge of the grill. That's ready to go on. Anyway, I've said it 50 times. This car looks terrific. Anyway, I'm going to wrap that up. And there's one other thing. I was speaking to the chrome plater this morning. I was going to drop all that stuff off before I went there. He's had a fire in his shop, poor bastard. And the stupid fire, he's come in there and sprayed foam everywhere, and all his tanks have been contaminated with spray foam. So now all the solvent in all of every tank has to be disposed of, which costs a lot of money, and he has to buy new stuff. It's going to cost him 150 grand to get back up and running again. So there's a big chance that he may have to shut his doors after the massive biblical flood in Lismore had in 22. He's just come back from that. It's just a kick in the guts. Poor bastard. Anyway, I'm going to see him next month. I'm hoping his insurance will cover it, but they've got a chemical clause, the grubs. So I really hope he can sort it out, because there's an old, Lismore can't afford to lose another business. Anyway, I just want to let you know that. I don't know where I'm going to get the stuff chromed if Mark doesn't do it, but anyway, just one step at a time. Anyway, thanks for watching.